We'll start in next 5 minutes. Okay.
Aditya, you're there?
Yeah, I was here, so we can start
Okay.
in a couple of minutes. Yeah.
Okay. So for others, I'll just briefly tell you that every week Aditya does a session. So where he'll explain or clear all your doubts that you have. So limit the doubts pertaining to the problems that you face and not the rubrics. So this is something which I wanted to clarify. Any doubts or any difficulties that you are experiencing in your project, use this particular session. This happens every Sunday we keep this particular session. He will be engaging it completely. So make use of this particular opportunity and ask some questions. But if any of you have doubts on the rubrics, I'm available for 5 minutes, and post that I'll be logging out. So if there are any questions on the rubrics, do let me know now at this stage. Does anybody have a question on rubrics or any confusion that you have other than the project ones? I mean, not the project problem per se, but anything on the rubrics that you have, I'll be there to clarify for the first five minutes. Any questions?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Nitish, go ahead.
In expected timeline, should I need to give a date or should I need to give a day?
So what you can do is, Nitish, yeah, it is up to you. Either you can give it in date or you can give it month wise also. Yeah, for example, let us say you're starting from next month. You know the
Yes.
project timeline. The project timeline is all the way from February to July, right? So what you can do is February, March, April, May, June, July. You can either give it month wise or you can give it day wise. I would suggest go month wise.
Okay. And should I need to mention day? Means date? Which
No,
date I?
date is not needed at this stage because see, date is not needed at this stage. As I said, things may improve. I mean, what would happen is that as you do the project, right, the dates may go up and down, and that is always a
Yes.
possibility. So what you say is from February to July, February, March, April, keep it vertically, and then put the stacks.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Next question is in a proposal. Should I need to mention first person? Someone said they don't use first person. Is it?
Fast. Pardon?
First person. First, you can say mine. I, me. Do I need to
No,
first?
no, no. First person is something that you should avoid in any report when you said like. So usually, what you do is that when you write a report, you start with the executive summary, right? So I've shared a document actually wherein I've exactly shown what is expected out of you in this particular report, right? See, whenever you are doing a report, if you see any standard reports, you'll see that I and all that is avoided.
Okay, I already used. Okay, I'll try.
Yeah.
And
So you try to see some reports which is available online or something like that. See, even if you see newspaper articles, they don't
yes,
write I, we, and all that, right?
yes.
Yeah, so that is why we say that. See, the objective is today we just completed like 32 Vivas for a batch, and the feedback we received has been really great. They say that while we had difficulty with the data collection, but at the end of the day, we feel very polished and it has added value. So that is what they say. So I'm very sure that this would be a very enriching experience for all of you.
Okay, sir. This
Yeah.
thing, this
Yeah.
thing I
Any
have.
other?
And
Yeah.
another thing is
Yeah.
when I writing any proposal, should I need to give paragraph wise or point
No,
wise? Should I
we
need
have
to?
given you in the rubrics, right? So if you look at the rubrics, we have said executive summary is some words. Then we have said
Yes.
organization background is some words, objective is some words, problem statement is some words. So you should actually follow that particular sequence. And you don't give it point wise, right? You only the objectives are point wise. The remaining like executive summary is one paragraph, right? So basically, I think we have asked for 100 or 150 words. We have asked for. So what is
Yes.
executive summary? So you have to write it in a para. Only your objectives are two bullet points. Only your research questions are bullet points.
Okay.
Everything else is a paragraph.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
And
Anything?
if
Yeah.
I will write it paragraph, but should I need to give a bullet in let's say in background
Hmm.
organization background, I will write it in paragraph wise, but should I need to give you can say bullet after the executive summary after the header of
No,
application?
that obviously is like section one is executive summary, section two is organization background, correct? So that is how it is. See, that we leave
Okay,
it to you.
okay, okay, sir.
Okay,
Thanks.
that we leave it to you. But whenever you're writing like executive summary, and if you write bullets there, it doesn't make sense. Executive summary is basically a paragraph.
Yes, yes. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thanks.
Any more questions?
No, another question I have header. Header, should I give my name or should I give my roll number?
No, no, no. You have to give both. See, you have not read the. That is the problem. You have not read the document at all. We need both name and roll number. I have mentioned this. I mentioned this in the documents that I've sent. If there is no name and roll number, both should be there, then it is rejected. Suppose you give
It
only
will
name,
be
rejected.
there in after my you can say in document that will be there. But if I send this document, header will be why header will be. Let's say
Hmm.
my project proposal. Should I write my project proposal or should I write my rule number project
See,
proposals?
your first page is your cover page, right? Your cover page, you'll write your
Not
title
not
and then
sir,
your
first.
name.
I'm not telling about first page. I'm telling about if
Header
I
is not needed. I wouldn't say header. We need only a footer. We need only a footer with page numbers. That's it. Header is not needed.
no if I send someone any you can say if I say
See, if you
send
send it to big organizations, basically they will have nice headers and footers. That is definitely the case.
not that is not my problem. My problem is if I send any document to anyone, so
Hmm.
then that document is showing some name. So that name should what should I
Yeah,
give?
yeah. So I understand your question, Ajay. So you need not to put a header and a footer, right? So
Yes.
you just in the report you have to mention your name and roll number when you are putting the title. In that only you can just put it there in the
Okay.
first page. So that what exactly we are looking for, at least whenever somebody is reviewing your report, he can just because there are some proper sheets where we have to fill the forms. If your roll numbers and name is missing, then it's very difficult to identify, right? We have to
Yes.
reshuffle all the forms again and again, and it is
because
quite difficult for us.
Okay.
what happens is that when you send by, see, now we have enabled portal for some people, but for your batch it is Google Forms. So what happens basically is that when you're submitting by Google Forms, it gives you the timestamp only, correct? But for
Yes.
us it will not show anything. So it is for that reason we say always on even otherwise, if you're submitting an answer paper, it will always have a name and roll number, right? That's very, very
Okay.
important for us.
Okay,
It's
sir.
for that reason we insist on that. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
See, what is the format of the file name? Wait, let me check the question. Garima, can you ask the question because I'm on my mobile? Yeah.
So the format, should we put the roll number first or the name first or the file
No,
name? Like
no,
how should
just
we?
write proposal dash Garima dash your roll number. That's it.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's fine.
like because you said it would be rejected and it's auto checked by a grader that you built.
Mm,
Like
mm.
that's why I'm confused. Like should the
No,
name
no.
come all
No,
together
not.
without
We did not say on the file.
spaces?
We did not say on the file, Garima. We said that when you submit a report, okay, you have a cover page. On the cover page, you have to write, this is the title, submitted by Garima
So, so
and
yeah,
roll number.
Garima, actually, I will share some of the sample reports. I'll show you how you have to write it down, right? So from that, you will get an idea of how you have to write it down the front page and how you have to follow the report rubrics. I'll share some of the reports, sample reports, and I'll explain you how we are looking for and what is exactly are the rubrics. So in that
Yeah,
case, it will be clear for you all. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
thank you, sir.
yeah. Lekashri?
Yes, sir. So I have a doubt regarding the style format. Do we have to use any style sheet,
Yes, I
APA?
have mentioned,
Yeah.
it Times New Roman 12 and spacing around 1.5. I have mentioned this. See, I have sent you a document, right? You have
Yes.
to exactly style it in the similar way as I have done in the document. I have sent a document for proposal. How do you do a proposal? And I have
Hmm.
sent a document. And you exactly style it. You exactly use the same fonts in the way I have done it. See, most of you may think, why this formatting, why this styling and all that. But let us say that you are reading a newspaper and it is written in a very bad manner. The fonts are different. Would you feel like reading it? The answer is no.
No.
Right? It is for that reason, whenever you are submitting a report or whenever you're making a report, it should be appealing also. The quality is definitely there, but it should be appealing also, because that will give some impression. But let us say your report is very appealing, but the content is zero, then also it's of no use. So both should be there.
I'm asking about reference at the end and the in-text citation. Do we have to
Reference
Yeah,
you
use?
can
that
give
you can
anywhere.
write. Reference
The
you can
reference,
give.
reference you
And
can
for
give, not
that,
a
do we
problem.
have to use American that
No, no,
APA style
any
sheet?
form, any APA is okay,
Any form.
Harvard is okay, any form is okay. Okay,
Okay.
APA is okay, also okay, Harvard is also okay for us. Anything works.
So how to share the data? Should we have to share the data right now in the proposal or
In
something
the
like that?
proposal, you don't share the data, Sahil. This is what we have explained. In the proposal, it is basically the idea. Okay, if you look at my rubrics, it looks like you have
Yeah,
not read the rubrics. If you have read the rubrics in the proposal, we are saying that what is the problem. To solve that problem, what is the data that you are planning to collect? Correct. Suppose you are saying that my sales is going down, then ideally what should the variables that you collect, what are the variables that you need to collect? You need to collect
okay.
variables that will
Yeah.
help you address that particular thing. But let us say you have collected some data on medical records. Will it help it answer that? Answer is no. Correct. So there should be a relationship there. But in the second stage, yes. But if you have, you can always show it. It's not a problem. If you have something which is collected, you can put a small table and show it. That's fine. We are okay with it.
Okay, yeah, I got the data as I mentioned earlier. Like I took from one of my friend who is working in the organization.
Mhm.
So I'm getting that data only, and he also shared some business problem as well. Like what is the cause of this problem? Why the sale is down and all. So I have to give the insights and all.
Mhm.
So if
Sahil,
you have
that we
also
can
given
discuss it. We can discuss
You
it. Just
you
stick
can,
to the rubrics thing.
yeah.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
you
One,
yeah,
there is
yeah,
something like 200 words, 400 words. If I am
yeah.
come down like 300 words, will it be possible, or should I have to mention
See,
400 words?
Sahil, you have to understand one thing. Whenever you write reports, adhering to strictly sticking to these words is very, very important. Now, the answer is why. The answer is this: that when you go ahead in your life, when you make technical reports, these reports are not only for academia. You also, if you see companies like Infosys and many other things, they have their annual reports, which is called as white papers or white reports or something like that. Now, there is a strict guideline on how much it can be. You get the point. So, the idea is in 300 words, it is called as parsimonious. You give maximum and minimum. Okay. Now, if you, it is easy to write long, it is easy to write 10 pages, but it is the same thing. If I ask you to put it in one page, it's very tricky. So, when we do PhDs, and we both have PhDs, so the idea is basically how you convince the reader. You convince maximum with minimum. So that is the reason we have given it as 300 words. And in 300 words, definitely you can cover many things.
Okay, I
Okay.
will try
Yeah.
in that case.
You try. And if it is not there, we are there to guide you on these things. That is always there from
Yeah,
our end.
writing the words and all, typing and all for 400 so is a bit challenging as of now.
No,
So
no,
that's
don't
the
worry. You write. We are there to help you out. See, that is the reason why Aditya is taking sessions every week. And the objective is we could have kept one session or two sessions a month and left you like that, but we're not doing that. We want you to grow, we want you to learn, and at the end of the day you should also feel that okay, we have done something really good. And trust me, project is something which you can all show on your CVs. We have started this Capstone Talk series. If you have not visited it, it is in the BDM POD YouTube site. Every Friday, Thursday or Friday we host it. Your seniors come and share their experiences. Many of them have got their internships because of this. Many of them have got their jobs because of this. So project is something where you put your understanding to test. Okay, projects are hard, projects are never easy, and especially with us, we expect quality and quantity, and we are very particular on that. But we want you to grow, we want you to learn. That is our objective, and we are there to help.
Okay. And one
Okay.
more thing, while writing, we have some English grammar correction and all kind
That
of
and all we
that
will
is
tell you. See, the best
okay.
thing is there are in Word, when you connect it to internet, there is basic dictionary thing which will tell you whether the words are right or wrong. You may not have
Right.
Grammarly, but the thing is there are free versions available where you can check it out also. But when you write, it
Okay.
will show you if the word is not proper, it will show you a red line. Correct. So you
Right.
can do all
In
that.
Word,
Yeah.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Sir, I have a
Thank you.
doubt regarding plagiarism. If I'm
Yes.
using any plagiarism checker available on internet,
No,
it's
don't
showing.
do that. No, don't
No?
do that. Don't do that, because it will put it in its database, and when we check, it will show it as plagiarism. So we have a software called as Turnitin, which is very, very expensive, and it is an institutional software. So you write it in your own words. That's it, Lekashri.
Okay, sir.
You just write it in your own words. Just write in your own words and send it to us. That's it. See, for example, mission, vision cannot be changed. It remains the same. Okay. But then the remaining thing, like executive summary, organization background, I say that this particular, the problem I'm studying is belonging to this particular organization, which is, I had shared, by the way, I had shared one particular file on Vijayram Coffee. Did anyone of you have look at it? There was a document
Yes,
which I shared on Vijayram's Coffee.
yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so if you have
From
to look at it, see how I've written. I've written it really well. Okay. Now this is how you look at a problem, right? You see something and decide, okay, write a draft on your paper, see how you can address it, and then beautify it, improvise it, ask your parents to read, ask your friends to read, your siblings to read, and then imagine that you're pitching this to somebody, how they would want to this thing. So keep it simple, at the same time, make sure that you communicate what it is intended to communicate, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Trishit?
Yes, sir. You just said now that you shared something. Where can I get that? Can you
It was already sent, Trishit. It was already sent by, what do you say? It was already sent by the support long back for September batch as well as January batch. If not, you can just check with your friends. They can send it to you.
Okay.
I hope other guys have got it, right? Have you received these documents? Rubrics,
sir.
FAQs.
Yes, sir.
You can just please help your friends on this thing. It's been centrally sent. So you can just email Trishit to Tarun, and Tarun can send the documents to you.
Or
So
if
that's
anyone can send this link in the chat also, it will be great.
yeah, sure. I think that you guys can figure out. Okay. Aditya, sorry, I'm taking your time, but just 5-10 minutes so that
No,
you
no
don't have
problem. No
questions on
problem,
the
Ashwin.
rubrics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions on the rubrics? See, why am I taking these questions is that I want you to only discuss problem. What issues are you facing in your capstone? That is what I want you to discuss with him. So I am there for another 5 minutes. Please let me know any other things that you have. Yes, Saurabh.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for taking this session. So the problem which I am facing is, let's say, for example, if I'm working with supply chain management, and I intend to collect some data, but still I haven't collected from the organization or the shop, we can say. So I intend to collect for past 1 year or 2 years, but they may not have data that much available, because whatever I understand, they don't have structured form of data. I need to
Correct.
enter everything manually. So what if there is some deviation? In my proposal, I have stated that I will collect for past 1 year or 2 year, but I did not get data, and they gave me only for 6 months. Then
And
will
that's
it affect?
fine. That's fine, Trishit. That's fine, Saurabh. See, there are two things that you need to understand. We have two sectors of business. One is organized, where everything is available. Okay. Like, for example, take some big companies. Take some big supply chain companies, for example. Let us say DHL, if you take, which is into supply chain, right? Basically, or if you take Flipkart, Amazon, or things like that. I'm just giving an example, which also does some kind of supply chain. They have everything which is very well structured and organized. Now, these are called as organized sectors. But then if you take smaller businesses, they do not maintain data. So if you have visited the last Capstone talk, you will kind of find out that the student called Tanuja, what she had shown was she initially started doing collecting data from a fruit seller, and everything was written on paper, and she was not able to understand what was sold, what was that, because entire only the numbers were there. So whenever somebody bought a fruit, the person entered 86 and doesn't even know which fruit it is. And that is the problem with the kind of unorganized businesses. Now what you can do is, first, what you have to explain is what kind of business it is, whether it is organized, unorganized, point number one. Then what was the problem identified? That is most important thing. So what problem did you identify from the business? That you have to state down, and then justify how the variables that you have collected helps you solve the problem. If you have done that, it is enough. It doesn't matter if it is 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, but there should be a trend that is visible to us. So suppose some of them give us data, but there is no trend. It is like a flat line. Now the flat line is not telling me anything. Neither it is going to help you, nor it is helping the industry solve the problem, right? But if you are able to see certain trends, it is good enough for us.
Okay. And a second thing was, there was written in the objectives that we should identify at least 2 problem objectives. So out of the 2 identified, let's say there is only one objective which I can solve using data.
Absolutely fine. So you can even write one objective. If your one objective itself is big enough to solve the entire problem, it is fine. We don't need to. Okay. As long as there is quality and quantity, both. It's not like a trade-off. We need both. We need quality and quantity. As long as that is there, it is fine.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? Ajay?
Hello, sir. I already written my proposal, almost completed, but I wrote my first name because my I and me, I use very frequently. Then what should I do?
So you have you submitted the proposal? No, right?
No, sir.
Then sit and correct now. See,
I have
Ajay,
only
Ajay, the point is this: when you write I and we, what would happen is, it should never, no project report should be written in address using I and we. You have to keep this first thing in mind. What happens is, when it is going to a third party, when they read it, it gives a different thing. See, the objective of the project is, as I always keep telling, that data science, many of us write that this is a data science program. Why are we doing projects? See, data science is not just data, it is beyond data. So let us say that you are having data, but you don't know what to write. Then it makes no sense. So it's all about telling that story. How do you tell the story? What was the process? What was the problem identified? How did you narrow down the objectives? How did you collect the data? What did the data say? And what are the implications you are giving based on that particular observations? Then it is kind of making more and more sense, right? That is what we are looking for. Yes. So revisit, ask your friends, ask your parents, ask your brother, anybody, ask your friends, tell them, what do you think? Tell me the reasons as to why this will get rejected. So this is what it is you have to do. So I also got a message from Aditya that he needs to start, but I'll take 2 more questions and I'll then pass it on to him. Yes. Vipul?
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. Vipul this side. So I am a Jan 2022 student for direct diploma, and I couldn't submit my proposal, however.
Okay.
So I was just requesting, may I get the fresh authorization letter?
Yeah, you will be getting when you start, you get a fresh authorization. Send me a mail and I will arrange that. Send a mail to both of us and we will arrange that. Okay.
Second thing, I am working with a company called Harsha Engineers. If I am collecting data from the same company, so would it be fine? Or
yeah, it is fine. It is fine. Perfectly fine. And guys, by the way, this is streamed live, so be careful with naming your companies here. This is recorded and it will be streamed live. So you can do it. Whichever company you work, it is fine. No problem.
Okay, fine. So does it require any signature, authorized signature?
Yes. We definitely need that, Vipul. The reason is, at times we have had many people who came back to us and said that we have done this, but then it was fudged data altogether. So we are very particular on evidence. If you have done from this organization, do we have some evidence that you have done? Is there some tangible? Is there a video proof that you have done it? Otherwise, anybody can say, I did this project. Anybody can fudge the data. Most data sets are available online. It is to avoid all that. We have done all this. We have brought many stringent rules in place.
Okay, the last question from my side is what is the first step? We need to identify the problem.
Yes, Vipul, what you have to do is first speak to your people. Speak to not the data. First, speak to the people, key people in your key people in your organization, and ask them, what is the problem that you're facing? There are different ways of doing it. Don't ask the questions directly. First, start with something called as adapt assessment question. So what is the situation like? How is our competition with respect to the competitors? Ask them many open-ended and closed-ended questions. Ask them probing questions. And then once you do that, then ask, okay, in comparison to that, what is happening? Aditya explained this in the last one also, that you don't directly attack. If you directly go and ask somebody, what is the problem? Nobody would answer that. So you just have a general talk, make them feel comfortable, build a bond. That could take 2-3 sessions, and then slowly ask them. This is one way. If you ask somebody directly, nobody is going to tell you that. So slowly you have to build a bond. You have to build a rapport. You have to be very polite to them. You have to be sympathetic, empathetic. You have to be professional, and then it will kind of give them an impression also that they have to help you. Okay.
And in the report, if I because they might need some security, or I should say
Yeah,
they do not want to
there is an
reveal the
NDA,
name
right?
of
There
the
is an
product.
NDA. Vipul, as I said, there is an NDA that whatever you share will not be shared with others because it comes to only Aditya and me, and whatever we, I mean, our things only goes to you. So we are very clear on that. We don't share it with anybody. It's
Okay.
very, very clear.
I was just asking, should I, because the location, product name of the customer's name may vary, so I can give their code name, suppose A1,
That is
A2,
fine. That
A3.
is, see, code name is fine. Customers and all, nobody would want to share customer name. That and all, we understand. That is perfectly fine. But what we mean by tangible is which business you have done. We need at least some pictures of that, some evidence, some videos. All that should be provided. Customers name and all, we don't want.
Thanks, thanks, thanks. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
So now Aditya would take the session because there are many questions. So I'll log out and I wish you the best. So in between, maybe I'll join. So, but he will start from now on. Take care, guys,
Yeah.
and I'll join in between. Okay, Aditya. Sorry for taking your time. 30 minutes. I
No, no,
wasted.
no problem. No problem.
Yeah,
No
bye.
problem.
Yeah. I'll
So,
just
yeah.
sit as a participant. Yeah.
Mhm. So, okay, we have got a lot of requests from the last survey form regarding the sample reports, right? So, is there will be any sample reports? I won't be able to share the sample reports to you because these are the project and these are the confidential things. The data are there, but I'll show you how the people has done the work and what has to be taken care while you are writing the reports, right? So, I'll share my screen and wait for some time. I'll take a questions, right? Afterwards, I'll take a question. First, let me finish. Okay, I think my screen is visible.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first, I will show you the rejected reports, and after that, I'll show you the accepted report. What exactly are the good reports you are having? So I'll show you one report. Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir.
So here you can see the report. If you see the report, it is not exactly a report. It's a PPT, right? So if you see here, he has started from one slide, another slide, third slide, and this is a fourth slide. So he is making the report in the form of slides, which is not acceptable, right? So we have rejected this type of report on a desk basis, and desk rejection is there in this type of report, because at least when you are going to present some report, it should be in some format, right? It should not be in the presentation format, PPT presentation format, right? It should be some professional thing should be there, right? So this is one of the report. It is totally rejected. So we are not expecting these type of reports where you are presenting the reports is too much colorful form. It should be professional. You can just represent in a good way, but don't represent in some childish way, because you are doing some professional degree as of now, right? From IIT Madras. So just be careful of these things from now onwards. So other reports I'll show is something this one. From this report, what I need to say. So this is what a good report, right? But this is not a business problem. So last time actually I have taken, I have told you like what exactly are the business problem and what are the market research and what are the different type of research people are having. So this is performance analysis, performance of some individual, right? So what he has done, he has taken a performance of one teacher. She is roaming in the class. He has done a good piece of work. I'm not neglecting it, because he has done image processing and a lot of things he has done in the report. But this is not a business problem, right? Because tracking someone is not a business problem. right? So this is what they have done it here. If you see it here, what exactly he has done, he has done a good piece of work. That is what I'm telling you. It's a type of research work he has done in this particular report. You see here, he has made a different course with respect to the sensors and all. He has identified, he has put some sensors. And with respect to, if you see here, so this is what the teacher is teaching in some school. Kids are there, and with the help of CCTV images, he mapped this particular thing with his machine learning, right? So what exactly he is doing, he's taking some samples, and he from that samples he's training some data, right? From that data he is identifying the faces and movement of the particular person. So it is one of the best report in terms of research, but it is not a business problem. That's why we have rejected this particular report. So if you see here, he has used different type of algorithms and our neural network he has used and identified whole these things. So this is what the main motive of my to show this report is that at least you can get an idea. Okay, so if you have a data, how you can analyze data, what are the opportunities? There are a lot of opportunities because in previous reports, what we have seen people are only using Pareto chart, either Pareto chart, bar chart, or pie chart, right? But other things you are not using it, right? Whatever you are learning from your class, that also you have to implement in your reports, right? So I'll show you how different people are doing a different thing. So how these things will come? These things will come when you will sit and think about the possibilities, what exactly the possibilities are happening. Like last time I told you with respect to location, if you are seeing some market research or something, what are the key parameters? Is the location wise, competitor wise, these type of analysis, at least if you can just put in the report, it will be more impactful, and your domain will also wider. If you are restricting yourself to Excel only, whatever the tools Excel are having, you can just present that particular tool, it will not work out, right? Because in future you have to implement this machine learning to some. If you go to some organization, then you have to implement this machine learning to that particular problem. They'll just tell you the problem. Okay, these are the problems I'm having, and just put the machine learning because you are a BS degree from IT or diploma degree from IIT Madras. You just put this problem statement with the help, solve this problem statement with the help of machine learning. So in that situation, you are totally blackout because you don't know how to apply the machine learning in some particular problem, right? Or you don't know how to implement the regression analysis, the correlation analysis, multiple variable analysis. That all you don't have idea. So you are totally blackout in that condition. You don't have a confidence, and it will demotivate you for a couple of days, right? So these are the things you just see how he is tracking the region. He has make some region of interest where he is focusing, and after that focus, what he is doing, he is just tracking the movement of students, kids, and teachers. And from that moment, he is just telling, okay, this is what the performance of the teacher. She is not sitting; she is just continuously roaming and interacting with the students, and she is doing the perfect work. So this is one of the report which is a good report, but it is not a particular business problem. One more thing, if you see here, the alignments are not proper. This is the first impression. Like if you are submitting the report, reviewer will see your report. He will scan your whole report, right? So once your report is presented well, then positive impact will create it from starting onwards, right? Okay, the presentation is quite good, and I can go through the report. In case if you are missing one to two things, he can just compromise that particular domain, and he will just give you a comment, or he will just deduct a mark for that particular domain. He will not reject your whole report. So these things you have to take in mind when you are making any report. Yeah. So might be the network issue is there. So just bear it up because it's not in my hand. Sometime it will fluctuate the Wi-Fi signals and the voice will break. But in case if it is breaking, just tell me. I'll just repeat the things again. Right? Okay. So this is the another report. This is the submission we have got it. So this is what I'm just telling what type of things we are getting, right? So this is what the proposal we got it. It's the 4-line proposal we got it. Nothing is there in the proposal. So we are not expecting these type of proposals as well, because I'm telling a different variety of students we are having, right? Some are totally, they don't want to do anything. They are just putting random things. So anybody can say it's not a proposal, right? If she is putting only, he or she is putting only 4 to 5 pages, 4 to 5 lines and submitting the proposal. It's something like bluffing us, right? And wasting our time. So we are not expecting these type of things. So at least if we are having a lot of sessions, you can just rewind the session. What exactly are the things? How you have to make the problem statements, right? What are the key factors? What are the metadata? These things you can refer it from there, right? And after the you get idea. Now I'll show you some good reports. From there you'll get an idea how you have to make. I'm not saying it's a perfect, but it's a good reports. We got it. So you see here, the first page, he has totally represented very beautifully. He has given all the details of him, right? His name, roll number, date of submission, everything he has given, right? The problem statement. After that, he made an index, what exactly he is going to discuss in the report, right? So these are the page numbers he has given, serial numbers, everything is systematic, right? From the starting onward. Now you see executive summary. He has given executive summary. So executive summary, he has increased little bit length of the executive summary because we are focusing mainly on 200 words, right? But if the presentation is good, we can just give the comments. Your executive summary is too large, and you have to improve it from the next term, right? So that the student can increase it. But the impact what the reviewer is getting from the starting onwards is a positive impact for this particular student, right? So now you can see how he is made. So this is what now he has used a detailed explanation and analysis method. What exactly he is going to do and what are the details for that. So you see here he has written everything beautifully. What the first method is Pareto analysis, sale trend analysis, segmentation of the item, right? Analysis of top selling SKUs, right? What exactly we have seen in the previous reports, the peoples are putting if 50 SKUs are there, they are putting all 50 SKUs in the chart or in the bar chart or in the pie chart. It's not required. You have to shortlist the SKUs, right? You have to find out the top selling SKUs. Like you have seen it here, they have written a top selling SKUs. They have done the data cleaning, and he has done the data cleaning, and from the data cleaning he got the idea, okay, these are the SKUs which are affecting the business a lot in terms of loss or in terms of profit. That you have to find it out, okay, with the help of data cleaning. Find it out, sort it out, and after that you can present in the report, okay, these are the data, these are the SKUs previously I am having or the vendor is having from the raw data, and these are the shortlisted SKUs which are the key SKUs working on this particular business, right? So after then he shown a different sales and revenue trends, how it is happening. He has used a prediction model. Now he is predicting how the trends are going, why these trends, particular trends are happening, right? So you will get an idea of this because you don't know. You know only the about the data, right? But why this data is happening, you have to consult with the customer or you have to consult with the particular vendor or organization. You have to go there. You have to ask them, sir, we are getting some random trends. Why these random trends are coming? So you will tell in June month some random trends are coming. It's the sale is increasing too much. In November, September, the sale is increasing too much, right? But in case of January or February, the sale is not that much. So why it is happening? So he'll tell you the reasons. He'll tell you the possibilities. Like like in June sessions or July sessions, there is a vacation. A lot of people are relocating from one place to another, right? So because of these things, because of this relocation, the sales are increasing. In December or November, we have a festival season. So because of this festival season, sales are increasing. So he'll explain you all the things in the detail. So it's basically it's not something like a project. It's something like an interactive project because you are associated with some organization and you have to take the data from them and you have to consult with them and on a frequent basis. Okay, so these trends are happening. These are totally surprising for me because he don't know exactly what the trends are getting. He is just maintaining the data, and some of the people are not even maintaining the data as well. So he is maintaining a raw data or something, and he don't have a idea. He has a rough idea as per the expert is whatever the experience he is having or interaction with the customer. He have a experimental data, right? You can say it's experimental knowledge or experimental thinking he is having. Okay, these are the things are having, but he don't know about in the background what exactly is happening. So that if you will discuss, okay, sir, in March we are having a huge sale, right? So why this huge sale is coming? So he'll tell you, okay, this March some event was happening, like if it is located in some nearby schools region or some industrial region, he'll tell, okay, there is in every March session, what exactly is happening? There is totally a lot of people are coming because of company audit and all, and because of that sales are increasing. So this is how you have to think it up. Okay. Now you can see here he has given a different Pareto charts, whatever he has shown there, and he has shown some monthly wise trend how the things are changing with different months, right? And these are the sale trends he has shown. So how these things are changing, he has already shown, and he has differentiate all the things, and he has give the justification for that. That is what we are looking for. Because if somebody is looking to your report, right, he don't know why these trends are happening. If I will give you a report, you'll read the report, but you are not able to identify what exactly are the reason, how, why these changes are coming, right? If you're going from school, from your office to from your home to office, right? If your bus is getting delayed and you are getting late in the office, your boss will don't know like why you are late in the office. He was thinking that he is coming late and he is not doing proper work, but he don't know the exact situation, right? So the same thing is happening here as well. When reviewers are reviewing your report, they don't know anything about exactly what exactly is happening. So you have to give a justification for that. Okay, these trends are happening. These trends are happening because of this reason. Okay, so these are the particular regions, because of that these fluctuations are coming and these things. So if you go, when you arrive in your office, right, then you can just ask your manager or your the CEO or something, whoever is concerned, whoever will be the concerned authority. You can just say, sir, there is some breakdown in my car, actually because of that I'm getting delayed. Then only he can come to know, okay, this is a particular reason, because of that this person is getting delayed, right? But if you will not say anything, you'll just go and sit there and you start working. He'll think the negative impact is created on his mind. Okay, he is not explaining why he's coming late, and in sometime he'll just poke you. Okay, you are always coming. He make that statement as a generalized statement, right? That you always are coming late, and you are not having any justification for that, right? So the similar thing is coming here. So if you are not giving justification for any of the plots, right? So what reviewer will think, okay, he has plotted it like that only, and he don't know what exactly is happening, right? But might be the case, you know the exact situation, but you didn't reported it. That's why he has this thinking in his mind that he is not justifying the things, and he has taken some random data and he has plotted the reports. So you see here, it's a good piece of work he has done. So this is how we are expecting from you all. That's why I'm showing you the reports, because from the previous session, I got the feedback from the students. They asked, okay, sir, please share some of the reports so that we can have an understanding how we have to make the reports. I thought I can just show you some reports, and it might be useful for you all, right? So this is one of the report. So this is what the heat map he made it, right? So this is a different thing which we have found in different reports. It's not coming in every report, but it is coming in different reports, like these heat maps, correlation things, and a lot of things people has done. So from these report, you will get an idea. You will just think broadly, okay, these are the things I can also do in my report as well. I don't know what exactly are your business problem, but you can just take an idea from this report and just try to implement that particular idea or whatever the new idea you are having. What happened if you are putting a new idea in your report? The maximum possibility is that it gets rejected, or you'll get a comment. Okay, what plots you have put in up, we are not able to understand. These are the two possibilities, but at least you are able to learn from this particular reviews and from the particular analysis, right? So might be it will be helpful in this type of analysis which is failing at this particular location, at this particular point, or for this particular proposal or for this particular project, that might help you in future, right? Because you're learning something new, right? So this is one of the report. So he has given beautifully what are the recommendation, what are the interpretation from the report, what he is interpreting from this particular report, what recommendation he has given, and at conclusion he has written what the whole report is all about. I'll share you one more good report. Uh, yeah. So this is the one. So you see how beautifully he has taken the report from the starting onwards. and you see the whole content should be the content is there, right? So what he has done, systematic, he has made executive summary, proof of originality, everything is put up in the report, metadata analysis. How he has done the metadata analysis, that also he has shown. So he has order numbers, right, street. So these are the variables he is having, right? So he is reporting all the variables in one column, all the data in what are the numerical data and what are the factors affecting these things. He is reported in other form, and he has make a proper chart. So if you make a proper chart, then you can, from this you can identify what are the main problems or what are the main factors. Like there are different costs, okay, for when you are studying in the college or institute, there are different costs as well, right? So you have some online, like you have a hostel fees, right? You have some math fees, you have other fees also, right? So what exactly is playing the major part, that you have to find it out. So that is what you have to, if you have all the fees structure, then you can identify, okay, these fees are not quite much impacting on me. Like the tuition fees is quite impacting on me because it's a huge amount, right? So from there you will get an idea, okay, different fees and fees structures, different type of fees you need to pay, and from that fees, what is the important fees you are having, right? What is playing the major part. So this is what he has done. So he has done a very good analysis. I'll show you in. So he has done all the data cleaning. So this is what we are asking. When you are taking the raw data, just try to clean that particular data, because there are a lot of things in that data which is not necessary for you, right? So just try to extract the things which are necessary for you. Because what is happening, I'll give you one example, right? That is frequently happening to me. I am storing a lot of data. I am storing a lot of research papers because in PhD and all research we have to do. We have to download and refer a lot of papers, right? So what is the rough practice people are doing? They are downloading a paper and they'll keep all the papers in one folder. Okay. The next time when they are just writing some paper, or when they are just going through some concept, they will again download the same paper. Okay, and they'll think, okay, previous data I'll delete, but that they are not going to delete anymore, right? And it is making a lot of confusion and it is occupying the space, right? So the same things a lot of people are doing. They are taking a lot of backups in their pen drive or their desktops. They'll think, okay, next term when I will just do a lot of this, when I will get a time, I'll just clean my data from my desktop and I'll remove the unnecessary file, right? So, but it is not happening anyways, right? Because when you are getting a time, you are just shortlisting the data, then it is totally a mindstorm for you, right? You are thinking, okay, what data we need to delete? These data might be required in future, and following the similar things and similar patterns, whenever you are sitting, you are not able to delete any data. So you will get frustrated and you can say, okay, fine, just keep the data as it is in letter phase, you can see, or we can take a different hard disk and we can take this particular hard disk as a backup and we can use that particular hard disk. So this is what the things are happening. You are not able to clean the data at anyhow. It is creating a lot of confusion for you, right? So the similar thing you have to do it here as well. If you have a couple of data, don't focus on data like 50 number of variables, right? Just try to find out the best variables or the key variables which are playing an impact on your problem or on the business, right? That data only you can just focus it up, just try it up. You have a different courses in IT as well, right? In IT curriculum as well, you have some core subjects are there, core projects are there, or core courses are there, right? And some courses are there are optional, right? So then you have to decide, you are taking as per your choice, right? Why you are taking as per your choice? Because you know these courses are important for you in future, right? The similar thing you have to apply in this particular thing also. Like when you are taking the data, you have to find it out, okay, these are the key variables you are having and they are playing a huge role in the business, right? So these like this, you can just sort it out the things, and it's not creating a lot of issues, and you are able to get a good understanding of your project, right? Because if more number of data points are there, I am sure that you won't be able to analyze it properly. So you can see it here. It's the analysis part he has done. So this thing I want to show you, right? So this is what he has done. What he has done, he has taken a Google map. So this is the new thing we will also find it out. So he has done a computer analysis. So if you don't have a computer, then how you can? If I'm asking, we are seeing some reports. We are getting different mails that why my report is rejected because they didn't do anything. So this is what a different understanding, right? So he want to find his computer, right? So if he want to find his computer, he has to go to the market, right? But he is choosing the other option because Google Maps are there, right? From Google Maps he can able to track the location. Okay, these are the in near to my location, how many shops are there similar to this particular domain. So from there he'll get an understanding, okay, these are our competitors, right? These are our competitors, and if we put a market here, then we can have a good fight with the competitors, right? So we have to find something else, what some other features we have to implement so that it will attract the customer, it will enhance the business. So this is what a new thing we have got it from this particular report. He has find it out. Okay, these are the competitor, and location wise, he has find it out. He has tagged all the competitors, what exactly they are doing, what are the domains they are having, and what are the other features he is having. So he has very brilliantly he has found out all the things and he has documented it. So this is what if you show this report to anyone, right? So it is quite impressive. Or he will get impressed in a one stretch. Okay, this is what a wonderful work he has done, right? So you see here he has plotted the different number of streets. You see here a different number of streets, zone went, serial number. So he has assigned a different things and a lot of things he has done. It's a very good work. So this is unsuitable zone. He is because they want to open a new franchisee, right? So he told like these are the unsuitable regions where you can't open the business, right? Frequent customer where it is coming. Okay, so this is what exactly is a good piece of work. You can also try in your report. I'm not saying it will be applicable for every one of you, but it might be possible for most of you, right? So just think about it. Just think what extra you can do from this particular project. Yeah. So these are some of the projects which I want to show you, and yeah. Yes, so this is what a proposal. In case if somebody is in the proposal phase, they can just refer it. So this is what a front page executive summary. He has very beautifully written a executive summary in 200 or 250 words about the organization, a short introduction about the organization. After then, what are the research objectives he is having? What are the business? So this is what a problem, business problem he's having. He has clearly identified and defined it. After the background of the problem, what are the approaches he's using, problem solving approach. He has already given what approach he can use, what are the methods he can use, right? What are the intended data collected, what data he want to collect. Because if you are communicating with the vendor, right, there are multiple things happening. You are, as I have told you in the previous session, like they don't have any idea. So you have to find out a good uh, yeah. So in that condition, you have to find it out what are the main data, what are the major data is playing. So that is the what are the intended data, right? You have to collect it, what you are focusing on, what you are understanding from the business problem. Don't take all the data; it's not necessary. Take just try to communicate with them as much as possible. In 2-3 sessions, you just try to communicate with them, and after then you get an idea. Okay, these are the data that are important, and you can ask them. Okay, this data I want. I want a sales data of 2 months and inventory data of 2 months. That is what all I am looking for, right? So he has shown expected timeline in the form of Gantt chart. You can just, it's not a perfectly Gantt chart. You can just modify it. And so this is what basically a rejection procedure, right? If the first thing is that if your report is not well represented, right, then we are not compromising with any of the things. If your report is very good, right, you have done a good piece of work. So in case if you are missing one point, then we are deducting mark. But if whole report is not good, then we are totally rejecting it. Right. So this is what some of the reports have shown you. So now I'll take a question, and if you people have a question, you can ask me. And yeah. So before that, I want to say you one thing. I'm sharing this form, right? Last time also I shared on Google this form, survey form. So it is helping me to understand what exactly you people are looking for. So in the last form, a lot of people have requested about some sample reports. So that's why I come up with some sample reports in this time. And so if you need some particular things to be discussed in this particular session, like if you want some of the things, some of the methods, or some how you have to analyze the data, these things you want, you can just put in the form so that I can have understanding. I'll review it, and maybe if we can have a couple of people want some particular sessions, then I can just focus on that particular thing, right? So yeah, so I've shared the form. You can just fill up what exactly you are looking for in the future sessions. We can just focus on the particular things, right? Okay, that's all from my side. Now I'll just the floor is yours. You can just ask me the questions. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm Anwar here.
One by one, you can ask. No problem.
Yes, sir. I'm Anwar here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I did this. I am basically in the proposal stage, and
Okay.
because I am a working person, I am still working on the proposal. It is almost at the final stage. But my question is basically up to what level we can go, like analysis and all. We will not be able to do it at this stage. No, we can say like these kind of ways of looking into this problem. Up to that level only we will be able to propose now. No, after that, once we get into the problem, then we will be able to basically work around and find out the solution and all those kind of things.
So I have I'll show you one report, Anwar. I'll show you one report. Wait a minute. It is quite motivating for you all, right? Yeah. So I think you people have taken his session. Last session was there. So he's a guy. He's 65-year-old guy, right? 65-year-old, and he's working profession. And in this age, what a good piece of work he has done. You see his report.
I had attended this.
Yes,
session.
yes.
I am
Yes,
also
yes, yes.
48 actually. I am also 48.
Okay. That is what we are focusing. So basically, what I suggest initially, you can just interact like proposal date, and these things are quite nearer, right? You can get a 15 days or 20 days time. So what I'll suggest in that case, you can just go to the particular vendor or particular company or organization. You can just discuss a general problem, right? Because these once you are communicating a lot with the person, right, then you can just identify a lot of issues are there, right? But at initial phase you are not able to find it out more number of business problem, right? So what you can focus, what you are identifying in this 15 days, that you can make it as a business problem, right? The other problem what he will suggest you in future, that you can just take as a recommendation, just suggest him, or you can that you can take as a suggestion or implementation or something from there, like interpretation, because the problem statements are increasing as you are interacting more with this particular organization, right? So it is not constant.
I was thinking like to take an approach of identifying the problem and identifying the approach to that problem, and at that level I can stop the proposal. That is what I thought of.
So proposal actually, proposal that only you have to do. Like proposal is something you can just refer the review pics. I've shared in the chat box also. So from there you will get an idea. Okay, we have limited this proposal to a certain extent. We are not expecting any results from you as of now. So it's basically you can just formulate your business problem, and after then you can just share your deadlines and what are the approaches you are going to solve that problem. That is what we are looking initially at the initial stage. We are not looking for any result in discussion.
Yeah, but, thank you so much, sir. I'll do that.
Yeah, Anwar, thanks. Yeah, Lakshmanandan, can you mute yourself?
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Aniket.
Sir, I'm Kate. Sir, I have received authorization letter, but it has a mistake in my name.
That thing you can do it easily, right? Aniket, you can just drop a mail to support team. They'll just help you out in this condition.
Sir,
This is not a big issue.
I have mailing them 15 days ago, but they are not.
Okay, you do one thing. I am writing my email ID, right? So you can just write to the support team and tag me, CC me, right? I'll
Okay.
take it up. Right?
Okay. Okay.
It's not a big issue. I can take it up, right? You can just put a mail, just CC me, and I'll just help you out in this particular issue. No issues. Don't worry.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think next one is, yeah, Lakshmi Nandan.
Yeah, sir, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible. Tell me.
So, okay, sir. So I'll ask. I have like three questions. So I'll ask the easiest one. So when I'm collecting data, so is the transaction receipt only enough? Like, should I collect more data? That's the only thing the business will have, right, sir?
Yeah, yeah. So, what type of data you are looking for? What exactly are your objectives, right? It will depend on that data. Like if you are focusing on some outflow and inflow of the money, right? From there you are getting the profit and business. Then the transaction detail is for all, right? From the vendor, from the supplier to the vendor in B2B and B2C. Both the things you have to be there, right? B2B, it means like company is taking something from others, right? So that is the what the purchase data you are having, and the sales data is B2C, business to customer. So whatever he is selling to the customer, that is your the other data. So from there you can get some revenue or some transaction, so you can compare the sales and the profit.
Okay, so and my second question is the submission format should be in PDF or a editable
Yes,
Word.
yes. By default, it is in PDF. You because people are sharing the MS Word file, right? So sometime it happens MS Word file it's opening fine for you, but it is not opening fine for us. So a lot of things, lot of reports are rejected because they have put in MS Excel, MS Word format, and some things are missing, and we are not able to find out their roll numbers, names. So it's just make a practice. You can just submit all the submission in PDF format, because
Yeah,
in Word format, if you are submitting, somebody can edit it, right?
yeah, okay, sir. Yeah. And my
Yeah,
last question is
fine,
about the Gantt chart. So like the rows of the
correct.
Gantt chart, like we can like select ourselves. Like I took a
Yeah,
screenshot
the
of.
Gantt chart is, yes, Gantt chart will depend upon your thing, right? Because you are proposing your timeline. So we are not telling you about the timeline and all, right? It's your choice. You have to you have to make the timeline in such a way. You have to, like in our days also, like what people are doing, they're making a study timetable for us, right? In our study days, what we will do, we can make a study timetable, right? In morning we have to wake up at this time, in evening we have to go for a sports at this time, right? And lunch this time, study this time. So similar thing is totally a subjective thing. It's not it's a personal thing. You have to plan your things accordingly, right? But we need a format in a form of Gantt chart.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for
Okay,
clearing all the
fine,
doubts. Thank you.
fine,
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, so maybe Adish. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So actually, did you get the chance to review my proposal? Actually, I mailed it to you.
No, no, it's not possible because we have a proper hierarchy, proper pattern. So the same pattern we are following for all the students. We are not reviewing any proposal, right? Because it's a point of contradiction. If I'll give you some comment, the other person have a different comments, right? So maybe students will claim, "Look, sir, you are telling this thing, and the other person is telling that thing." So for all the students, we are following the same pattern. You have to submit it. You are getting reviews from the reviewers, and after then, if you have issues on the review pattern or something, you can just consult us. So
Okay,
before
sir.
the submission of the proposal, we will not comment about a proposal, right? We can just suggest you something as per the discussion, but this reviews we can't do.
No, no,
Hope
sir.
you
I'm asking
understand.
for suggestion itself. I'm not asking you to give me a comment or out of review or something else.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Look into it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is done. Samrat. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
Uh,
afternoon. Thank you.
First of all, I'm sorry I could not attend the first one, the Capstone meeting. Uh, the I
Okay.
have a like I really need your suggestion on something. From past 1 week, I'm like looking for businesses and vendors and everything, and I got three
Okay.
feedbacks, three positive feedbacks I
Uh-huh.
have, but nothing is
Uh-huh.
finalized since they could not process it on time, like so far.
Okay.
And the three are totally different. One is a digital marketing startup. Another is a bakeries, and it's in business from past 1.5 year. And another is
Mm-hmm.
a hostel chain, basically one of the biggest in hospitality business. So they gave me a positive feedback, but they are not certain that what need to do next. So my problem
Okay.
with three is that all three businesses have a different problem, and I'm having hard time to think what to choose out of these to make a proposal on. First, I'm not certain about the hostel chain since they've given me positive feedback, but they haven't discussed much with me yet, and I have to go somewhere to meet with the business. So I'm not sure about them. The other two
Okay.
are second is a digital marketing startup. It's a very small startup since it's opened just an year back, and uh, it I came across three problems in their businesses, three major issues actually. First is the client retention, second is employee retention, and third I want to do a sales predictive analysis on their business. But the problem is they have a really small client database, like really in a single digit it is. And same goes for employee, and they even sales prediction, their sales are like a bit data is quite small, like it's of sample and not of a population size. So that's one
Okay.
of the major issues. And second is it's completely online, and even their employees are completely work from home, and there's no setup or based at any location. So that's another
Mm-hmm.
issue. And the third with the
Okay.
bakery businesses, I'm yet to find a business problem in the business basically. I'm looking for
Mm-hmm.
what I've decided to do is descriptive and predictive analysis using on their sales and or either productive sales, product sales predictive analysis based using ML. So I'm yet
Mm-hmm.
I need your suggestion on these things, like what should I write a proposal on? Either
Okay.
it's out of these
So,
businesses.
so, okay. These are the three businesses you are having right now, right?
Yes, sir.
So from where you like from among the three, what you are finding it out, like it's most feasible, you will get a data from them, right? So that you find it out. You have an idea now whoever will willing to supply you the data.
Yes, sir, I've narrowed down it to two, the digital marketing one and the bakery one. But the
Okay.
problem is that digital marketing startup doesn't have much data. It's really small, it's in single digit for even for employees, for client retention, and
Much data in the sense how you are defining the much data.
sir, since I had took upon all three operations as as a business problem, and I've decided to suggest uh, results and like my findings on that. First is
How many months data he will give you? How many months data he will give you?
sir, it's a 1 year data, but it's actually really small. Apart from the sales, the client retention,
Okay.
he has only 6 to 7 clients, and for employee retention, he had 7 employees in total, out of which one is in like working and six left. So um,
Okay. So what I'll maybe I'll not discuss. You will not discuss the company details and all as this is a
yeah, yes, sir, I
live
won't.
sessions and
Yes, sir.
right. So what I'm suggesting you as of now. So you have a 1 year data, right? 1 year data for something like you can see as sales, right?
Yes, sir.
From the sales you can calculate the profit,
Yes, sir.
right? You can 1 year data is too much, right? 1 year data, whatever he is giving is too much. From there you can have some sales trend, some sales trend, right? From that you can get a different SKUs, whatever he is having. You can correlate that SKUs with the data, right? If he is having three SKUs, you can just compare the three SKUs and what exactly these particular SKUs are contributing to revenue, right? That you can just calculate it from here. And after then you can have a correlation map, right? How these SKUs are correlating from each other, right? If one is getting shut down, what is the effect on the other? And the other thing you can do it is something like a computer analysis because digital, this whatever you are saying, it's a totally competitive market as of now, right? Because of
Yes, sir.
that, people are not getting much of the contracts because it's totally competitive. You go in the market, like if you say, I want to make one website, like 50 companies will stand in front of you to make the website, right? But you have to find it out who is giving you the more of the services with least number of price. So that competitive analysis you have to do it. Other than that, what you have to do, just try to focus on the particular customers, whoever the customers are there. Just try to find out why they are sticking to this particular organization. So there should be some key points, key factors, key services. Because of that, there should be a frequent customer database, right? Frequent customer following should be there, right? So that you have to find it out, and from that you can just interpret. Okay, these are the customers liking, whoever the customers are collaborating with you, and these things you have to promote in the market,
Okay, okay, sir. So, my
right?
only issue with this is that I have just two issues in this business.
Yeah.
Like, on- for me, for choosing this business. First is, uh, what I meant by the data is if the sales is there and the data is only of even if it's for 1 year, then still there are only 5 to 6 clients only in total, and out of which I guess
Okay.
2 or 3 left also. So there are only 7 clients. So is it enough for me to even if I do a predictive or descriptive analysis on that, isn't it just too short of a data?
Yeah, but you have to find the options for the analysis. Like you don't, you just sit up and find it out what you can do from the existing data. Like I showed you the example of this optical shop, what he has done, right? He is
Yes, sir.
this map because he is only having the one variable, right? He want to open a store, right? That is the only variable he's having. For that, what he has done, he has just find out what are the competitors he's having and what exactly are the feasible locations. So in the similar way, you have to find it out what are the products he's having, why he is not able to exist in the market, right? The other thing is that with respect to profit and loss, right? Because these people are using a cloud space, right? Cloud space they are using, and cloud space is playing a major role in quoting the customer, right? If they are if you are taking a raw material at a higher price, then obviously if you are a reseller, then you can sell that particular material at a higher price to the customer, right? So what exactly the gap is happening? He can increase the profit margin, he can reduce the rate, right?
Okay,
So
sir.
what if you see, if I will tell you an example, like if you go with some good restaurants, right? A good restaurant, what they will do, if they want to reduce the price, what they'll do, they'll reduce the quantity, right? So the raw material, they are compensating somewhere. That's why they are able to reduce the price. So that is what he has to do. He is having a different cloud services. Initially, I think there are lesser cloud services, and they are providing the services at a higher price. So he can see the options so that it will so that he can give a reduced quotation to the customer. Because what exactly the things are attracting the customer is something like basically they are focusing on the services. The other thing they are focusing on the cost, what prices the particular organization is quoting to them, right? So these are the two parameters they are looking for. So basically, if we'll focus on these two parameters, nothing else he has to do.
Okay, okay, sir. And
So these things, how it will come? These things will come from the competitor. If you know your competitor, okay, these are my competitors. And like if AWS is also providing a cloud space and other portals are also providing the cloud space, why people are preferring a different cloud space? They are comparing the rates, they are comparing the services, they are comparing the data flexibility, how much data they are giving as a free space, and then they can opt it, right?
okay, okay, sir. Sir, in the same business, I have came across three issues as I told you. First was client
Yeah, yeah.
employee, second was employee, both are retention issues, and third was the sales issues. So I had a deep conversation with the CEO of the company basically, and
Mm-hmm.
what I'm looking for is to merge the whole data and came across a single problem. That's what I thought. Since a proposal, I think I cannot give three issues altogether. Three, since these are
No, 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 it's not possible. But the thing is that if you are concentrating more, first you see what exactly are the pinpoints and where you will get a lot of variables and data, right? Because you have to analyze by data. So the rough sketch you make it in the last lecture I have told you, just sit, just put the organization in a block, right? Just try to map it. What are the variables they are having? And after then you just try to find it out. Okay, these are the key variables you have to be analyzed and you have to report in this particular project, right?
Okay, okay, sir. So,
Got
and
it?
one more issue, there is the
Yeah,
thing that
yeah.
since it's completely online, all I can get from the business is a certificate that I contributed to the business. That's it. So, will that be enough for genuinity, or what should I do?
So what you can do from that? This thing you have to make one video. Like right now we are doing this thing, so at least you can have an interaction video or something like when you are sitting with them, just have a 2 seconds or 5 second or 10 second video so that we can just identify. Okay, you are just dealing with this particular organization because previously a lot of fake certificates the students have provided and from there our faith has been like. Not much on this particular thing. That's why we ask you to just at least give a video recording or attach a video recording in the report.
Okay, okay, so that I can do, but I hope it's sensitive, so it'll be like kept
Yeah,
with
yeah.
you,
So
right?
it is something like it's to us only. We are not taking your any data. It's in your drive only. So once
Okay,
the
okay,
review is completed, you can delete that thing or you can just remove the access.
okay, okay, sir. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Okay, okay, Samir. Yeah, so I think Rohan is there. Next.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon,
Thank you for
Rohan.
the
Tell
session,
me.
sir.
Yeah,
Sir,
tell me.
as I've mailed Ashwin sir 2 days ago about this, and he tagged you, and you said for this
Regarding
session,
what?
sir, regarding
Yeah,
my
yeah.
business problem, uh,
Okay.
I have selected an ready-made shop, and after the conversation, he told me that he has problem with with many of the workers, like they are not coming for many days and asking for more payments, and due to which the customers he is not able to handle them. So I am asking that is it a business problem that I can go for this project?
Yeah, it is a business problem. It is the biggest business problem because the labor thing is quite issue with right now with a lot of organizations. So what exactly, if you have listened previously, there is a strike for Swiggy and Zomato. The workers has done the strike. So 3 days totally shut down it was, right? So this is a business problem, I understand, but how you have to formulate this problem that you have to think it up, right? Because I don't know what type of data you have as of now, and what are
Sir,
the hmm,
yes, sir.
yeah, yeah, tell me.
Sir, actually, I am confused that if I take this problem, that then there is no data solution for this. Like it's problem for that worker side or between the that shop owner.
So in that, what I suggest, you can do a survey, right? This is the
Okay, sir.
best approach. You can do a survey with the workers or with the laborers, whatever they are having, what they want
Yes.
exactly. So you can convert your problem to a business problem like that. Because if workers are leaving the business, that anyhow the company is getting shut down. So what exactly they are looking for, right? You can do a survey. So from there you can get a different variables. You can make a survey form. You can just do a survey. You can get a different variables. You can tell from that particular analysis what are the variables which are important. There are some variables they will say, no, no, we want 10 to 5 a.m. shift, right? We want like money from 500 to 1,000. So there are some feasible problems or there are some infeasible problems, right?
Yes.
So feasible problems, what you'll get from a survey point that should be addressed from the company, which are not feasible. They can just talk with the their union members and they can discuss with this thing and they can just tell, okay, these are the problems. So we can just face it out and we can just agree on your behalf and others it's not possible.
Okay, sir. So can I
Yeah.
like for the data, can I go with labor side as well as owner side, and they
Yes,
can
yes,
like
it's a good point. It's a good
agree on a
point.
single situation, that so that there is no
That is what happening
difference.
in any of the government. You see what exactly is happening. People are doing a strike, and at last, what is happening? They are coming at a common point, and they can compromise it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is what you
Okay,
need to do because it's a big problem actually. That labor problem is a big problem for any of the organization.
okay, sir.
Okay. Oh,
Thank you,
right.
sir.
Okay. Yeah, I think Rohan. Jyotiradit, yeah,
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Am I audible?
good afternoon. Yes, 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 you're audible.
Yes, sir. So basically, I'm doing my project based on a grocery store, and we have
Okay.
identified two main problems. First one,
Mm-hmm.
sales is going down for various reasons, and second
Mm-hmm.
one, issues with timely supply, and it affects the sales.
Okay.
So my question
Okay,
is
fine.
that how can I help the business to cope up with the second issue, that is supply chain issues? I believe that I need to go through the data from the supplier, but I couldn't do that because the organization is like very big. I cannot take the name, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah, so
so
hmm.
huh. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
So
go ahead.
yeah, yeah. So it's a problem actually because you can see the problem in both the ways with respect to the customer and with respect to the owner as well, whatever the organization it is there. So basically, if they want to give a good service, what they have to do? They have to employ more of the laborers or more of the workers, right? More of the delivery partners.
Yeah.
So how these things will happen? There are multiple opportunities. If he is in a two-tier cities or one-tier cities, he can have a easily access. Instead of increasing the labor or increasing the delivery partners, he can just contact with some of the existing delivery partner, right? So it will be quite cheaper for him, and they are focusing mainly on the delivery. Right? They're not focusing on the product side. He can pack the product. What Swiggy and Zomato's are doing right now or Big Basket is doing right now. They are having some, they are not focusing mainly on the delivery part. They are taking a third party help for the delivery things, right? They are not having their particular because it is quite costly. They have to employ 10 people, right? So instead that they can just employ only one people who will just take care of the delivery and all the delivery has been given to the third party,
Okay.
right? From there because they are focusing on delivery only. They are providing a fast delivery. Fine.
Yeah, but the thing is that the organization it is dealing with the supplier. It is one of the main organizations is not delivering the things over a year. Few of the products.
Okay. So they are limited products they are delivering it.
Yes, and they are not delivering the products which are on very high demand. For example, ghee.
Okay. Okay. So maybe Jyotiradit, what I can do, we can have a different. I can just you drop us a mail because I need to understand your data. What exactly are the daily? Because I'm not understanding. There are some things he is delivering and some things he is not delivering. So I need to understand what exactly the problem they are facing and what are the points they want to convey. Right.
Okay,
So
sir.
you can just drop us a mail. Just try to because you don't use this platform to disclose the data or something. Just drop us a mail. We can just see your pinpoints. Just write it clearly. What exactly are the pinpoints you're facing and what exactly it is. Right? Then we can discuss it about
Yes, sir.
what
That
we can
would
do for
be
this.
Yes, sir. That would be
Yes,
helpful
yes,
because I am also feeling a bit
yeah,
uncomfortable to discuss the name of the organization,
yes,
sir.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Also,
fine. It's fine.
yeah, one more question. Like in some of the good reports that you had shown us, I observed that some of them went beyond 5 pages. So will that not be a problem for the proposal?
Yes, so it is the previous reports actually. It is not for this term report. It is from, I think, September terms also. In September, we have a different guidelines and all. So we can accept the report. But frankly, I'm telling if your report is good, right? So 1 to 2 page extra doesn't matter.
Okay, sir. Got you.
It should not be less. It should 1 to 2 page extra is fine, but it should not be less than what we have mentioned it, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, sir.
Fine. Yeah, so Ajay,
Good afternoon, sir. Am I audible?
yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Okay, sir, thank you for the opportunity, sir. So I've got three questions. Basically, I'm trying to make a project based on my company, and my company has got a division of a call center. So I'm trying to track their.
Ajay, your voice is breaking. I think I'm not able to listen it properly. For others, it's same for me, like what I'm feeling.
No, sir.
I'll repeat. It's okay.
Ajay, haha.
Okay, so I am doing a project on my own company. I'm working in a company. I'm trying to do a project on a department which is a call center basically. So the first question is: Is it good or bad to mention the name of the company, the project proposal, and the reports that will proceed ahead?
No, the name you have to mention in the proposal. That anyhow we will not disclose it. But if you write XYZ, right, XYZ company, so it will create a doubt situation for us, right? What is XYZ? Why he's not disclosing the company detail? Because at anyhow you have to provide the proof of originality, right?
Right.
Some
Okay.
certificate or something. So yeah.
Okay. And second is actually the same. I have not received the signed document from my company. The format that we have given, the FATEX, the call centers manager, he has not given a sign on it. He's my colleague, so that is still pending. So is it okay if I develop the proposal now and I get the signature later on?
Yeah, you can. That is, we don't have any restriction for you have to submit the proposal as of now in immediate basis. It's not necessary. So what people say like last stage, some students are there. They are not able to get the data. So they asked, they can just they submitted their proposal in this term. So it is not restricted at all, right? If you're not getting a proper data, if you're not convinced with yourself, right, that I'm not, the report is not fine and proposal is not fine, I'm doing the formality. If you're finding guilty inside yourself, like you're doing the formality, don't do it, right? Just try to submit in the next proposal. It's fine. It's fine for the main motive of us is at least you can get some insight from this project, right? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's fine. You can submit in other proposal term or whatever
But
other
is it okay?
deadline.
Like I will get it because he is my colleague. And but is it okay if I give a proposal? Like I will get the signature, but should I attach the document
You
along?
can just say the thing is that you can just take in the letterhead. You can just take a letter that okay, he is doing a project under this organization. That itself is fine.
But it's not yet signed. That's the issue. And if I submit the proposal,
Yeah,
it's going
that's
to be
fine. You can just make because this is the main point actually. On this basis, if you're not putting the authenticity, your reject report will be rejected. Right.
But
So
in the
it's not an
proposal
issue. You can
phase,
submit in the next cycle.
but in the proposal phase, is it fine if I go just the proposal one? If I do the next document, and if I get the when I get the data, because I have not yet received the data from the company. I mean, I know my colleagues. I've seen the data myself, and there are a few issues which I've found out. But I've never received got the IITM approved format, the paperwork to say that okay, we are okay to give the data to this person. I've not received it yet. But if I proceed with the proposal and I get the signed document from my company a little later on, is it okay from IITM side?
I think in proposal, you have to submit the proof of originality. Let me check.
Proof of originality is in the midterm. Proof of originality is for the midterm that you
Okay,
need
is
to
it
do.
midterm?
Yeah,
Then it
for
is
the
fine. You can
proposal,
submit the proposal as of now.
you
Then I'm
submit the
saved.
proposal. Just adhere to the rubrics, Ajay. I would only say that whatever we have said in the rubrics, if in rubrics we have said submit this, you have to submit this.
Yes.
Again, I'm telling in the live. I have told because
Right.
okay, it's not. But just check your rubrics. Rubrics is the gold standard. If you have said something, submit there. You have to submit. And if it is
Right.
not there, you get rejection.
Then I
Anything
think
which
I'm saved. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The last point, as I mentioned, I have not received the data. I have not received the data as in like CSV file format files, but I know the data. But I don't know how to analyze the data. So is it okay if in the proposal phase I skip the how I'm going to analyze to perform the analysis on this data? I just mentioned the problems and these are the things which I might do to do that because I'm not sure about the exact
Yeah, that
analysis
is
which I'm.
fine. See,
No, the
Ajay, the
approach.
thing is, the idea is this that with the data that you're having, you say that I'm likely to do these kind of tests or these graphs.
Yes,
This
yes.
is what you're writing. This may change as you
So
go to
it's
the
not
midterm.
hard and fast. You have to write everything in a sequence. You have to give a layout. Okay, this is what you can do in future. That might be people are doing advanced analysis as well, right? In future, in their further reports, in their further submissions. So it's not something like they're sticking to the proposal. They can just get a good idea and they can implement it, right? So it's a layout like this is what the proposed thing you can do it.
Okay. Okay, sir. I think those were my questions, and you have answered all. Thank you, sir. Thank you much.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
okay, okay. Yeah, Akash Kumar, Akshay Kumar. Yeah, the voice is not coming actually. Okay, we can take a question for Salini.
Hello.
Yeah, Salini.
Yeah, Celine sir. Yeah,
Salini,
I
sorry.
just yeah, just two questions. One was about the structure of the proposal. So you had shown some sample proposals. So in that the name the first page itself is only uh, uh designated to the title and the name. I mean my name and all. So is it like a template that I can use, or is it like
No, it's not a template. There is no such template is there. It's something like you have to present it properly. Like first page, you can make it. The one more thing I want to tell you: don't count first page as your total number of page. We are not counting first page. Whatever you are giving the details, it's not counted as a report page, number of report page, right? We'll just the report page are different and first page is different. It's totally like depends on you how you have to present the report. If you want to make it properly, you can make it. Otherwise, you can just put in the first starting of the report itself, you can put a title, your roll number, and everything detail. You can put it there, and you can start the report. But it looks good if you are presenting it properly.
Okay. Also,
Yeah.
in the expected, like the timeline, I have made a Gantt chart, and so do I have to mention the steps separately, or
No,
the
no, you don't have to mention anything. If you are making a Gantt chart, then it is fine. You don't have to mention a separate paragraph for that.
Okay, okay. Also, about the proof of originality thing, um, the company which I'm working with is in Chennai, is based in Chennai, and I'm in live in Mumbai. So they are ready to give me a letter saying that this data is genuine, and that with the letterhead of the company. And also I'll be giving you the I'll be linking the data which I got from them, which is totally in their format, in the format that the company has. So is it necessary that I the video thing that you were saying?
Yep.
Is it necessary that I
Yes,
do?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, video sync thing is necessary. What you can do if you are remotely just contacting with them, just try to have a Google Meet for 2 minutes, just record it and just share it with us. That is also fine. Some students has done it actually. One student, she has done a project from Abu Dhabi, right? She is not able to go to Abu Dhabi, but she has taken a Google Meet and she have a lot of interaction in meetings, recording videos. What she has shared in the drive, and we are able to assess that thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So yeah,
yeah,
Celine,
sorry.
one thing which I wanted to add before I forget is that you had asked about the Gantt chart. Now, the Gantt chart, what you have to do is you have to say what are the things that you are going to do in the Gantt chart: data collection, data analysis, drawing graphs, interpretations, data cleaning, so on. So these are your different jobs. Now, for these different jobs, you're saying what is the timeline you're going to do. That is what you have to do in Gantt chart. You don't have to explain the Gantt chart. What Aditya meant is that you have to list the jobs and you have to say what is the timeline. You just go to Google and just give Gantt chart, you'll see it, how a Gantt chart comes. And with
Yes,
regard to, yeah.
Yeah, so I've made the Gantt chart, and I've put in like steps what I'm what is the order that I'm going
Okay.
to do. And so I was mentioning I was trying to ask is do I have to mention the steps again in the in writing,
No.
or
You don't have to write it again. That's it. Gantt chart is Gantt chart. So basically, Gantt chart is, for example, if you construct a
I will
building.
share the screen.
Yeah.
I'll share the
Yeah.
screen. From this, you will be able to identify how you have to make the Gantt chart. So it's already a self-explanatory, right? Nothing you have to mention it here. You have to mention these things and you have to give the timeline. So it's already a self-explanatory, right? You don't have to explain it again.
So that is what it is. What Aditya has is on the right hand side. That is what we want.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
okay, okay.
Okay.
So this is what, yeah.
Yeah. Also, you said it should be, it cannot be less than 4 pages, but my proposal is ending just at the end of third page.
No,
So is it
not 4
okay?
pages. Your proposal should be 5 pages long. Okay. Your proposal in the rubrics, we have said it should be 4 to 5 pages long. If your proposal is ending in 3 pages, it will be rejected. Why? Because we want quality and quantity, which means to say that, Celine, that you have to explain certain sections more. You may have to explain more on the executive summary. You may have to explain more on the organization background, or more on the analysis methods that you are going to do, why you are going to do this, so on and so forth. That is what you can do, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
So
no,
yeah.
no, the proposal cannot end in 3 pages. You have to see
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
we want is
so
both quality and
So
quantity.
actually the number of words that you had specified, it is meeting those criterias, but it is
Okay.
ending in 3 pages. That is what.
No,
So
increase the font. This thing, no, the line spacing. How much you would have kept?
Line
One
spacing
line
we have
spacing.
mentioned,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
also mentioned
So
1 point. That is what. See, if you have mentioned the words, then it is line spacing according to me. 1.5
yeah,
line
okay.
spacing will bring it from 3 to 4 or 5. That's it. Your job is done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So keep all
Sure.
these things in mind.
Yeah,
Sure.
so
Sure.
your report should not be less than whatever we have mentioned it. 1 to 2 pages extra is fine if report is good, right? But it should not be less than whatever we have
Yeah.
mentioned in the
Okay.
guidelines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the video thing again. Is it okay if it's just like
We lost
if
you.
it's just that person in the video who is hello?
Yeah, yeah, it is fine. See, the thing is, the person and see something which we can verify, Celine. I would say that. See, the point is, anybody can give me any data and say that it is from the company. But then the way we have more evidence, we will be able to trust you more, right, on what you have given. So we also need some evidence where we can say that okay, Celine has done this work.
Okay. So,
Okay.
what I was asking is it supposed to be me and the person, or it can just be the person saying that I have given this data to
No, see,
Celine?
again, it's a mistake from your side. Don't do only that much. You just basically say that this is a part of my project and that is why I'm interacting with you. Introduce the person and just ask. See, it is not just 2 minutes video. You basically interact. Can you just tell me about your problem? What do you think about it? So on and so forth. Make it like a 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes video. It's not that the person just says that I have given the data. No, no, no. That's good that you brought the question. So what you have
Okay.
to say is, you basically describe, okay, what do you think about you can speak to him for 10 minutes, you can cut short it to 5 minutes and send it to us, right? Like for example, when we do a movie, they would perhaps shoot it for more than 5 hours, and then they do editing and bring it down to 2.5 or 2 hours, right? Similar is what you have to do. You can even speak for 30 minutes, but what you send us, it should be around 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Don't never do a video saying that I gave you the data. No, 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 that is not acceptable.
Okay.
You should initiate a conversation.
Okay.
Like you are the interviewer and he is the interviewee. Get the point?
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that is
Sure.
how it is.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Devika and Akshay. Yeah,
Sir,
Devika.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, Akshay, go ahead.
Sir, I have registered for a BDM course in January term, sir.
Hmm.
Still, only week 5 content has passed. Should I
Yeah, so
submit the...
my suggestion, Akshay, is that see, the thing is you can ideally start now. If not now, we have 4 cycles in this project, right? The first cycle is starting February. The second cycle is March. By March, you will all your 10-week contents will be done. So you can, my suggestion, as I said, it is up to you. You can do it in this term, you can do it in the next term, but whichever term you're doing, do a good job. Don't simply do and send and get a rejection.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very
So
much, sir.
do it. See, I'll tell you, Akshay, at the end of the day, this is not just passing the course. This degree adds value to your CV. This particular project adds value to your CV. Tomorrow you go, you do some good work. It can differentiate you from others. But if you are doing just basic work, it is of no use. Even a simple problem can be defined very well and made very attractive, right? So the idea is, project is where you put your learnings to test. So that is what we want you to do. So this is very, very important. So take it very seriously. Don't do shabby work. You put in your efforts and then, we will give you feedback.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Devika, can I have your question, please? Devika, I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you be a bit louder, please?
Okay. Is it okay now?
No, Devika, your voice is very slow. Maybe I'm on my mobile, but I was able to hear others.
Yeah,
Are others
Devika.
able to? Yeah.
Yeah, Devika, tell me. Tell me. I'm able to hear. Yeah.
So I approached a convenience store owner. So he was
Okay.
having low income, low customers. So it is mainly because of other stores being near, popular stores being near to it. And
Okay.
what data should I collect, and can I have some insight about?
Okay. Yes. So what exactly are the problem he's facing? He's not getting a lot of customers.
Yeah, he has fairly a big store. Like he has good items and all that, but uh, the customers are mostly his personal friends or something. But
Mm-hmm.
not many
Okay,
new
so
customers are coming.
I'll give you example, right? I'll give you example. So what exactly is happening in Spencer's, right? Spencer's the customer database of customers are reducing, right? So like it's a big store and a lot of customers are not coming because they are preferring the online thing, right? They are preferring online things and they are getting the product at the cheaper price at some other place. So what a strategy that Spencer has followed up, they have taken some product which are near to the expiry, right? Near to the expiry, and they're giving offer in that product because at anyhow they are just garbaging that product, right? So what are the products near to the expiry? They are putting that project products on a huge offer basis, like on a 50% basis. So when people are coming, they see, okay, the same product I am getting in the different store and I am getting at a higher price, but the same product he is giving at a lesser price. They don't know about this thing, right? If it is a food product, right? If you are taking some cakes, Britannia cakes, right? If it is 3 months expiry is left, it doesn't matter for you because you are consuming in within 10 days or 15 days or in a week, right? So what he is doing is clearing his old stock in the offer form, right? So what I mean to say from this, if you want to approach the customer, right? So you have to change the strategy. You have to focus on main point is the marketing thing. You have to focus on the marketing point of view, what you can do in marketing ways, different marketing ways to attract the customer.
Oh, yes, sir.
Right, so he has to focus, he has to put some offers like per day basis or what you are getting in credit cards also you are getting, right? Credit cards Thursday they are giving some offer like 2000 rupees offer in Chroma stores. So what people are doing, they are waiting for Thursday and they are going to avail that offer, right? So the same thing he has to pitch it up, right? He has to find out some product, he can put the offers and like weekdays this either he can put in a weekdays or weekend. Weekend is the best option because most of the people are free and they're going to the market. So he can put an offer on Sunday. We have a huge sale, right? So he can just put up the products, whatever is near to the expiry, and he can give the offer and he can just sell that particular thing, which are acting as inventory for him, right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And he
So,
can
sir,
reduce the price in
in
the sense,
collecting
yeah, he
data,
can. Yeah.
like what? How should I collect the data?
No, he is having the data for this thing. Not the sale purchase data he is already having,
Yes,
right?
sir. He has it.
Sale purchase data he is having. He is having the inventory data as well. So for that he can find out what are the inventory products he is having. So that inventory product he can put in the showcase because that is something is blocking his money, right? So at least he can able to sell that particular product that will act as offer and will help him out to gain the market.
Yes, sir.
So from the data itself, you can find it out what are the fast moving product, what are the least moving product, what the other competitors are using, right? Like if nearby stores are there, so why they are getting a more market? So they are doing something else, right? So you have to go there and you have to find it out what policies they are using, what are the offers they are giving to the customer. The same thing. The after then you can just do the analysis, comparative analysis or competitive analysis, and you can just give him the suggestion. So these things you can do it from your particular business. These are the products you need to focus it more, right? Because there are some products which they don't have, right? So he can just take that product and just put in his catalog or something.
Uh, Sir, so I have to take sales report and purchase report.
Sales report, purchase report, yeah, previous 3 month, what are the customers? From there, you can get an idea what are you have a different SKUs, right? From that sales or business report, sales purchase report or sell that from there you can get a different SKUs. So then you can find the key SKUs. You can remove the raw or the SKUs which are not participating in the business, right? Which are not selling product. That SKUs you can calculate as an inventory. So that are working because they're not selling and they are occupying the money.
Okay, sir. Thank
है
you,
ना?
sir.
And you see the local market trend also you see like where it is located, right? If it is located in a posh area, right? If it is located in a middle class area, so you have to take the product accordingly. You don't have to take a product at a very high range, right? So these things will matter a lot.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Fine, Devika? Okay, fine. Yeah, I think next is Ravikant. Yeah.
Sir, what should I do in the video part if the shopkeeper cannot speak English?
It's fine. It's fine, Ravi. You can just ask him to communicate with you in Hindi as well. No problem.
Okay, sir.
Language is not a matter. You can. It is just for the authenticity, right? If your whatever you are doing is coming from the proper channel or not, language is not a matter.
Yeah, Ravi, the thing is, see, language is just a medium, right? So we don't mind on that. Again, this is something which we covered earlier. I'm telling you now as well. Any language works. South Indian, North Indian, East, West, anything. Everything. At the end of the day, it is communication. We just want some tangible evidence. Okay. And there is again a live session happening on Thursday or Friday. We keep you posted on that. Again, it is a Capstone Talk series with your senior batch. Two of them are done. It is in the BDM POD YouTube site. You can go and revisit it. You can also see how it is being done so that you guys have an idea. And I hope Aditya kind of gave you a very good session today. So I think we are all done with the queries. Any queries that you have, or we'll close this particular meeting? Was this session of
Yeah,
help for you guys?
I'm one more time. I'm sharing this feedback form, so you can just fill the details what you want in the next sessions, right? What you want to, if you want some particular things to be discussed, you can just mention it there, so we can have understanding. Like this time, I have shared the report. Similar way, I can just do in the frequent sessions. We can just plan something and we can do something what is required from your end, right? So just mention in the Google form what you people are looking for.
Yeah, feedback is very important for us because we thought of this session only because you gave us feedback, and it is important. See, if the session is good, fine. If it is not going good, let us know, because that will help us improve, and we are here to help you out in your journey. We also want you to grow with us, and we want you to do the best projects, because projects is something which catches eyeballs at the end of the day. And that is why he takes pains, he does all the things, and we try as a team to attempt and help you out, so that it's a win-win situation, right? I hope, was the session okay? Any feedback from anybody?
Yeah.
Do we have some feedbacks? Because now he did a lot of speaking, so if anybody would want to share their feedback, please do share. We are listening.
Sir, I want to ask something.
Yeah, sure.
Since I have two businesses, I'm like looking forward to write a report on.
Okay.
So can I do this? Like I'll submit my proposal on one, and I want to actually do another on as a hobby basis. Like
hobby basis, what you can do is, Samrat, for this particular project we need only one, but what you can do for the remaining one is you can do it based on this feedback that you get. You will know how to fine tune it, correct? Or
Yes,
what you
sir.
can do is, at the end of the day, when you finish it off, you can do it parallelly, and you can then separately share with us on our email.
Yes, sir, that's what I'm
Yeah,
going
what you can do, Samrat, in this situation, what you can do, you can make both. If it is interest basing, you can make both the report, because you are not sure the report whichever you are submitting, it's a business problem, it will be accepted. So at least you can have different options. That is fine. It's totally depend on you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. So, guys, please give us the feedback, because he and I spoke. I mean, he spoke all the time. I at least came in between now. But please let us know, what do you think of the session? Did you enjoy it? Did you didn't like it? What is that? Please let us know, because now it's up to you to speak. Pardon? Yes, Rohan?
Hi, sir.
Yes, sir. Session was awesome.
Okay,
It
thank
was
you.
well
Anybody
explained.
else?
Hi, sir. Trish, sir. Like previously, we hadn't used to don't have these sessions, right? But nowadays, like these sessions are really like informative. Also, like as people ask different questions, and you guys like give them information also. Maybe I don't have any problem, but it also helps us to understand like how should we approach or everything. So like it is great, sir. It's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think Trishit, you attended the last session as well, right?
Yeah, I'm like
I remember.
I'm regular here now.
No, do attend the session
It's
regularly.
fine.
Every Sundays
It's
he's
fine.
taking, because the more and more you attend, guys, I'll tell you, never miss any sessions, especially projects. The more and more you attend, it is more and more knowledge to your repository. right?
Right, sir.
So
Right,
that
sir.
is why we insist that you attend it every week, and it is learning. You see other questions, you also learn. So this is what we also do, right? So that
Yes,
is
sir.
what
So
my
it's
feedback is.
something like we
Anybody
are not
else?
focusing on particular topic. We are discussing overall the problems which students are facing, right? So it will be
Yeah.
helpful for you to broaden your thinking as well. Like I've shown you some reports about that optical shop and all how he has done the things. So it will just give a clarity of thoughts for you also. Like if these things of analysis you can do in future, it's good. Like if you have some interviews also, you can just tell them, oh, okay, these are the possible. If they give you some question, you can just give an answer. Okay, these are the possible opportunities because you are having because you are go through with different type of projects and these thing discussion, so you will have a broader understanding. So I think
Yeah.
it will
And
help you out in future aspects.
please,
And
please do share your feedback instead
Yes,
of
sir.
chat box. Do share it with us so that it will be nice, so
yeah,
that we
Krishna
also
Priya.
speak to you. Yeah, Krishna Priya.
Hi, sir. I'm not sure if my voice is that audible.
It is fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. First of all, thanks for this initiative because I had enrolled for BDM project in September 22, but for some reason I was not able to do, and I'm taking it up this term. Actually, it was like black box for us when we come to project, what to do, what not to do, what is correct, what is not correct. So we were approaching our um, co-students to just understand whether it is correct or not. And when it comes from a reliable source like you on a weekly basis, that will help us to understand how to present the project better. And I also think the outcome of these sessions will be like rejections will be minimized since we are clear on what to
Yes.
present and what not to do. That is also required to understand. In that way, I think this is a very good initiative. Thanks to who all have thought through this. And I think it will help us to a greater extent going forward. Thanks for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. So one more thing I want to tell you because you have raised the issues. So after these sessions, what we have found out, like the quality of proposals and terms are increased. Like we are getting a good proposal, and the rejection rate is reduced. So we are
Reduced, which is a
totally
good thing
happy.
for
Like
us.
at least, yes, yes, yes. It's quite motivating for us as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
see, at the
because
end
of
of the day, as I
unknown,
said,
fear of the unknown, sir. Previously,
yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
didn't know what to do, and now that comes from we do get information, but again, that will only be assumptions, or that will be only be our understandings from other students, right? When it
Yeah.
comes from you, it's more clearer for us. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, see, the point is this, Krishna Priya. The thing is, it's all about students coming and proactively engaging, right? So why we insist on feedback is earlier we asked for feedback, nobody gave, or whenever we took sessions, you see 30, 40 people attending, nobody attending, right? And it's only when we get feedback, it's only when we people tell us that students come back to us and say that, okay, give us these things, clarify these things, then we are ahead, we are okay with it. We cannot give reports and things like that, but what we can do is we can take you to the journey, we can take everybody's questions and explain. That's what we all can do, right? And that is how we make things better for both of us, right? So that's how it is. Thanks a lot. Anybody
Yeah.
else would want to add something?
Hello, sir. So I'm also attending these sessions regularly, so it's like very
Yes,
helpful.
yes.
Just one thing, like today's session in which you had shared the proposals of different students and how they had taken up and analyzed with different kinds of like the heat map and all that you showed. It was very interesting to know how different ways people can analyze data. So in the next session, if we can, get to know more ways like these in which different kinds of data can be analyzed and different ways where we can, visualize and present the data,
Yeah,
that
to
would
to
be very
answer
helpful.
to answer your question, there are two things, Sahaj. We
Yes.
teach you how to swim. We don't
Yes.
swim. Okay. So
True,
there are
true,
two
true.
things. Yeah. So there are two things I'll say. You attend that Capstone Talk series every week. That is point
Yeah.
number one. That is
Yeah.
how you will see a standard deviation or a spread. You will see different things which people have done. Second, most importantly, go back and read the book by what is that book I mentioned on
You
Paul
bold.
Newbold. Read that book. If you
All
do
you bold.
that, it is done for you. That is what you have to do.
Great. Done.
Okay,
All
now,
right, sir.
now I
Thank you
say
so much.
that heat map or any other graph depends on a context. Okay, now for example, like call center heat map kind of makes more sense. Why? Because you have frequency, call frequency is more there. In some places it is less there. In supply chain management, it might make sense, but when handling problems like sales and stuff like that, it may not make sense at all. So
Yes,
it
yes.
is the
Yes.
context that decides what method you use. It is your objective that drives your methodology, and not the other way around.
Understood, sir. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
and this heat maps,
Mhm.
how to draw it is very simple. Go to YouTube and just give heat map. You'll learn it on your own in a minute. But
So we
the
are basically
takeaways
giving
from
you a broader understanding, like what exactly people has done. So the
Yes,
approaches, so
sir.
it will enhance your understanding like, okay, these are the approaches we can do in our data as well. So that is what I
Yes,
told
sir.
you, Sahaj, in the last session also. You can just
Yes, sir.
make a chart of organization chart. From that chart, you can come to know, okay, these are the things you can implement in your project.
Understood, sir. Understood.
Yeah.
So I was just taking an example of that heat map because that was very interesting, which he showed. That's it. Like that, many other things also shown in that particular student's project was very impressive. So yes,
Yeah, because
if
see,
he, yeah,
the student was also, I think he's hardly 22, 23 years old. And he was very enthusiastic right from the beginning. He was really, really enthusiastic and he wanted to do it. See, that is what I said. There are no boundaries, right? You can come up with something more better than that. Okay, so the idea is you take your interest, you drive, you decide what you want. Sometimes even the basic maps might make more sense, but the thing is it helping you answer your problem? If is it helping you address your objective? The answer is yes, it makes sense. If how much ever well you do a graph, but it is showing no relation, no correlation with your objective, then it is of no use, right? So that is how it is.
understood, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and Trisid, the book is there are three books you have to read all three. The one that I mentioned is Statistics by Paul Newbold. This one is for market research. Do keep this in your library. Read at least 2-3 pages every day. You will feel better. Okay, so reading is a part and parcel, right? You have to read. There is nothing like we will not read and all that. You have to read. If you have to excel, you have to read. This is for everybody. If you have to excel, if you have to be you have to be different. You have to differentiate yourself from others. You have to bring in something more, and that something more comes by attending sessions, looking at the best practices, and most importantly, your hard work. If you don't work hard, nothing is going to happen. We can do sessions many, but if you don't work hard, at the end of the day, you don't get anything. That is what we time and again tell in meetings. And entire sessions, whatever has happened, the credit has to go to him. I'm simply coming at the last minute. I took main sessions, I do take, but credit is to Aditya, because I should not come and take brownie points of his, right? I have come here only just to give him a little bit of break, because he is the one who is doing the sessions every week for you. I come once, twice, thrice in a month, and more your discourse or your rubrics and things are designed like by me and him. So essentially, he is the one who is kind of taking interest in doing this, because I really do not have the bandwidth currently. Okay. Anything else? Celine, are your doubts cleared? Because you emailed me last week, but we hold only one session every week. But I hope your doubts you have clarified.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody else wants to add anything? Or we can conclude this.
So what we can do, we'll just add these books in a folder, right? The folder I've shared. So you can have access of that book, right? PDF copies.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Take care, guys, and have a good weekend. And new week, new days, new week starts from tomorrow. Yes, Samrat, go ahead.
Yeah.
So it's just I'm a diploma student. I recently joined. So for me, and I can say for lots of people like me that it was really insightful.
Yeah.
Since I could not attend the first one, so I was going through like whole week, what happened in it, what happened in it, and what happened in it.
Mm.
So since I could not find the link as well initially, that what happened in it. So uh, for me, everything is resolved. Like I haven't even wrote like a single page of proposal yet now, but I know
Okay.
in like couple of hours I can complete it. Like it's
Nah,
completely.
couple of hours. If you complete in couple of hours, you'll also get a rejection. So
Yes, yes. Don't
don't
complete
take
in
it
couple
lightly,
of
boss.
hours.
Don't take it
because
lightly.
because
We
the
are
thing
having
is that
Hawkeyes. Yeah.
the thing is that we are just providing you all the help. So
Yeah.
we are expecting a good report from your end, right? We are just strict on the rejection as well. I told you, if you are missing one point, we are going to reject your report. We are not accepting it. So just try to make it
Yeah,
a perfect report, and
we
we are.
basically are very jovial when we speak. We may smile and speak and all,
Yeah.
but when we correct, we put the lens of reviewers. We see where we can reject. We use that lens and see where we can reject. I'm exaggerating, but I'm just telling you. Okay, so yeah. So
No, sir,
don't do it in a
that's
couple of
absolutely
hours. Take
fine.
your time, understand, show it to your parents, show it to your brother, ask them
So
what do they think,
yeah.
show it to the shop person, ask them, is it fine? Do you want some refinement? You see, this will create a bonding, and that way you will improve as a person. That is what we want you to do, right? At the end of the day, let me again tell you, any subject, anything, any hobby that you do, it has to be done with interest. If it is not done with interest, then it is no use. You earn a degree, but that has no value.
So
So
basically, I think that
it's something for you only. We are not getting any benefit from your report, right? Well, if you make a good report, it will help you out throughout your career cycle, right? It will not help us anyways, right? It's something, it will give a confidence to us. Okay, these are the students we have given a feedback, or we have given a guidance, and this report is coming like that. So it will give us a confidence, but it will be a plus point for your career journey, right? So
yes, sir.
just think about it and work it.
Just I'm like connected to the business from past 2-3 months since. So I'm like currently involved
Yeah,
in
I
it
can
in some
understand.
way,
See,
not formally
Samrat, the
but
thing is,
informally.
the first step will always be rough. You go, you will see a lot of brick bad. See, why people show red flags for project always is because nobody wants to do hard work. That's the simple thing, right? If everything is coming on my plate, I'm more than happy. Only when you move out of your comfort zone do all of us realize how tough it is. Okay. Now I'm in a foreign country. For me, when I came here, like it is French language. I really didn't know what it was, and it took some time. So all of us like, okay, we would like to be in our comfort zones, but when we go out of our comfort zone, do we really realize what is happening around? And that is very, very important. So this is not just for your degree, but also for your own learning and personal learning and growth. And tomorrow when you go for internships, if you've seen the last 2 weeks, they specifically said they got internships due to this, because they discuss projects. Companies are interested in more of projects. They'll ask you, okay, what is that you've done, what is that you've studied, now tell us how can you improve this further, now that you've learned new things. That is why this is not a one time exercise. Tomorrow once you finish this project, when you're going ahead in your life, you may really want to revisit and think how you could improve the existing project. That is what you should be running in your mind. What could I do to improvise it, what can be done, so on and so forth. Okay.
So, but it's like deadline is like tonight, so I'm
Deadline is tonight, to submit in the next cycle. That's it. Don't be in a
Next
hurry,
cycle.
right?
That is what I
Next
told you,
cycle.
Samrat. I told you now the same thing. You can submit in the next cycle. If you are having
Next
a
cycle.
confusion,
Don't
you
be in
can
a hurry,
submit in the next
Samrat. You
cycle.
submit now, you get a
Yes,
rejection.
yes.
Better than that, go in cycle 2, then follow a process. That's it. Doesn't matter. Anyways, it is one cycle. That's it.
So
I
it's
mean, it is
something
one.
I'll tell you all, like if you are getting delayed, like if you are submitting in the next cycle. So what you can do, you can just make your proposal and midterm ready. It's not something like you can just submit the proposal now and you wait for the midterm, right? So you can get a couple of time if you are submitting your if you are making your proposal better way, then you can just work on your further reports, midterm
I'll
reports or final reports. You can use
I'll
that
tell
time,
you
right?
one case. The student submitted in the fourth cycle, which means he had to make all the submission in his fourth cycle. He took the chance and everything was perfect. He bang bang, like completed 1, 2, 3, 4 in fourth cycle and completed, and he did really well. Okay, so there are cases like that also for us. But what I'm saying is, it's not about rushing. Take your time, think, ask yourself if you're satisfied, and then go ahead with that. Don't be in a hurry.
Sir, so should I send a mail to the support team that I want to register for
No,
Gen
no.
7 or
Why do you
something like
send a
that?
support email? It is opening that side. There are 4 cycles in a term.
Okay, sir.
Automatically submit in the next cycle. You don't have to send an email.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. Is it done? Everybody is
If
done,
you
or
are in a
somebody?
proposal phase, automatically the portal will open for you. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah.
Okay,
So anybody is done? Anybody wants to speak?
Sir, the recording of the session, will it be mailed or added to YouTube?
It will be added to
No, I
Aditya's
will add it in
YouTube
the
channel.
same YouTube thing, because what is happening in case some people are accessing from their personal email ID and they are just putting again and again and again. We are getting a repeated mail to give the access, but we can't give the access to the personal email ID. They are not able to understand. So we can
No,
give you the
Aditya has
link.
his
You can
YouTube
just
channel. He will add to that. You can subscribe to that as well. Make him like Gaurav Taneja.
no,
Make him
no,
famous.
it's not something like that.
Okay, sir.
It's a official email ID, so you can just I will put
So
it
you can
there,
just add to
and
that.
you
You
can
can
access
add, you
from
can
there.
like it, you can subscribe it as well, so that we make him famous.
Okay, okay,
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys. So done.
yeah, yeah.
So
We can wind up the
so,
meeting then.
so it was nice meeting you all, and we look forward to
Yeah.
further interactions with you. Okay. Take care. Bye
Okay,
bye.
Thank
fine.
you so much, sir.
Okay, bye bye.
Thank
Take
you,
care. Happy
sir.
weekend.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Good day. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.